They sure were. All right. We're going live.
We are live. We're not going live. We already are live.
Oh,
Hit the button.
Let's go. Send the data. Send that data.
You know your internet's slow. You don't have that gig. You don't have that gig speed.
Send that damn data, Grant. Send that data, Grant. All right, Grant, go ahead. Start up a podcast.
Sent.
Go ahead.
It's already sent.
Go ahead.
Like this.
Start sharing stuff, Grant.
I don't have to share it. I just show up.
God, I had to do all this for you. All right. Hey, guys, what's going on? We're doing our pre-podcast talk before we kick it off. We're going to show some trailers and stuff, whoever's in the chat.
Well, let's go ahead and get that copyright on this.
All right.
It seems like every time we do this, we get an email that says your podcast has been blocked in this many countries or whatever.
All right. Live now. Hashtag Avowed.
Yeah.
Hashtag podcast.
Hashtag, are you going to talk about Avowed?
Chinese devs nuts on the table. Hashtag
Fucking
Tides of Annihilation. Hell yeah.
You can't spell Annihilation.
I just did.
You couldn't spell it if you...
How fast too, boy.
You couldn't spell it if it didn't automate it for you.
Dude. I'm a G.
Lowercase g. All right, what you looking at, man?
I'm tweeting stuff out because you're not doing anything.
You didn't tell me to. You didn't say, hey, man.
Sitting there like, hey. My name's Grant.
Oh, man, that's what I do.
My name's Grant.
Critical, what's up, man?
Critical Gaming is in the house.
Why'd you say it like that?
Critical Gaming is in the house.
Why'd you say it like that? He's going to leave now. I know, but he's saying it like that.
My boy.
I'd leave if you said it like that to me. I wouldn't blame you if you left.
That's my boy. That's my Diablo brother. That's my Path of Exile brother. My daughter, man.
Oh, man. That's all right. Oh, man. That's funny. She just wants some hugs, man. That's it.
She wants to look up a plush on Amazon. She wants another stuffed animal so she can have 1,001 stuffed animals on her bed.
She got 1,000 stuffed animals?
Dude, she has so many. Her whole bed's covered with stuffed animals.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, I guess if that's what that's what she's into.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it just like various plushes, or is it like Pokemon? You know what I mean? Like it's all
types.
Pokemon.
Whatever. She has like Roblox on their characters. She has like, there's a game called Danny's World that's part of Roblox or something. She has plushes for that. She has what else? Cats, kittens, all types of stuff. Regular teddy bears. She has a Pikachu.
Oh, let me send this message.
Yeah, send that message, Grant. Send that message. All right. Let's go downloads. Let's go to them trailers.
I know which one you're going to show. I already know. It's the one you're the new shield for.
I'm not showing that one yet.
Oh.
Hold on there, buddy. Hold on there, buddy.
Like you playing the piano.
Playing the piano.
Target confirmed. Moving to apprehend. What the hell?
So, long story short, I've shot to the top of the suspect list of the CID and the Bracer Guild.
I have a personal stake in this. After all, a dear friend of mine is being caught in the crossfire of this whole ordeal.
Just wondering who's really the roundabout one here.
So I'm going to give you a hand, whether you like it or not.
Now, devour them all! Start Corrode! The Correndal's online!
Genesis, what do you think they're for?
We have a favor to ask. Is that alright?
Dummy, look down.
I had not realized I would be unable to track it.
Your existence is a plague on this world, and that's a sin I just can't abide by.
You have been deemed a heretic.
This newest carnival will make for a perfect, sensational crime that surpasses even the likes of Pandemonium.
We're up against pros here. They're after us, not them. Your eyes were clouded. Thus, you chose a doomed course.
Limited? You're better at this right now than I've ever been.
Don't go forgetting the important shit in life.
There's no reason for us to fight. I've heard about him. He's the foremost fighter.
Out of here, now! That's an order!
I really don't like it when my opponent holds back on me. Let's shut them up for good, X.
We're gonna blow you sky high!
I've recruited Dex. No self-respecting Spriggan would walk away without paying him back.
You've done more than enough, so rest easy.
What about our promise? You said we'd stick together to the end.
That's the only way I can atone for what I've done.
It's time to correct the course of history!
Maybe I am intelligent. They said.
Maggie, take this!
I refuse to let the Genesis bring any more grief and disaster to others.
The Legend of Heroes, Trails Through Daybreak 2.
That looks good.
Available now.
Is this a remaster? Or a remake? I mean a remaster, or is this a new game?
Well, it's a launch. It's a new game.
I know what I'm saying is because the graphics look PS3-ish.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's got that style, which is fine. Which is fine.
Came on Switch before. I don't know.
Okay,
but,
which is fine. I'm just saying, like
Trails games are there's the earlier ones are really good. Trails games are kind of hit or miss now. So I don't know about this one. But they're usually good RPGs, but they can kind of be not good sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the last one. But they're very story oriented, you know what I mean? Like a Persona. It's all about the story.
Mightimos, can your murderous intent match up to what fate has in store for you? Mightimos, why did you in fear you
it's a Western game studio.
Of
course not.
Let me have the honor of taking the lead in this battle.
This journey is forged with bloody flames.
3 molded life with their hands, and 3 guided Calamity's gate. 3 carved the heavens and the earth. 3 wove the threads of fate.
Hello, we are Triann. Fighting the West Wind, away we go! There's strength in numbers!
I don't know if I can do all that.
It's time to end this. Offer your souls to the fire.
The son of 𝐿 is destined to be crowned in blood!
All will one day die.
Stay alive.
Can't be killed in a single blow.
How we wish to see you again.
It's now my turn to fight against it.
The son of 𝐿 will be crowned in blood! The son of 𝐿 will be crowned in blood!
Looks cool.
Honkai Star Rail official version 3.1 trailer.
Interesting.
They go good with those animations, though.
I don't know if I can deal with that one character, though. Doing all that.
Nope. It's like they're adding a lot of stuff.
There's like all those cats.
No, you love that. You would play that's the only thing you play in the game. You sit there and play. That's all you would do.
Probably so.
New update for Honkai Star Rail. Oh boy. Okay, let me close that.
What did I say? Hunky.
What do you call me?
What did I say? Honky Star Rail.
What you call me a honky?
What they say? What they trying to say over there? What they trying to say over there? Huh?
Honkai.
No.
Honkai.
Is that how you say?
Honkai.
Get out of here, Honkai.
All right, Grant. I say we get into the podcast.
Let's do it.
We got a big one today. Are you going to hype it up a little bit?
You threw it up the alley-oop.
I threw up an alley-oop for you, and you just
war wound. I'm about to.
You didn't have enough ups to grab the ball. You just fell flat on your face.
What do you mean? I'm about to do a 360 on it.
Okay, well you didn't.
I still can.
All right, we got a huge podcast for today.
Oh shit!
All right, starting now.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Grant Rolling here with the DMG Gaming Podcast. And as always, I am joined by the man who puts the wow in Avowed, my boy, Ed Phillips. What up, my boy? I was either going to say that, I was going to say it's the boy, my boy who puts the VD in Avowed.
So you know that we out there, swatting lights in the making. Yeah, move fast, we not breaking. Can't hold on our life for change.
Too much now on his hand.
And our voices ring out, yeah. Took the mask off to be free. Falling out in the debris.
What is this? This is the Bug Handsome? His name's Pugberto. You gotta explain what this is, because I don't know what this is. You gotta explain what that was. It's Pugberto, I know, but what game is that? You don't know. God.
You don't know what game that is?
What a game is that? What game is that? I can't tell. You tell me then.
What is our names, Grant?
What are you pointing at? First of all, look at you. What are you pointing at? Nobody sees it.
What does that
Nobody can
say?
see your camera shut out. Nobody can see that.
What does that say?
Nobody says that.
You don't know what game that is?
What is it? I can't tell.
Just disconnect from the podcast.
just
please just disconnect.
You
don't belong.
Then tell me, what is it?
You do not belong in my presence right
now. Hold on.
That is one of the greatest RPGs ever made.
What is it?
Persona 5.
Oh, it's all right. It's hard to tell with Pugberto putting all his stuff all over it.
It's just the music.
No,
Straight from the music. You notice, you hear that music? Persona 5.
Well, I only know good music like Chrono Trigger.
God, just let me. I'll just do the podcast and let me.
Just shut me off. Just go ahead and that's fine.
Oh my God, I can't believe you didn't know.
All right, shut your face and get on. What's on the docket? What we got on the docket today?
Oh, you just want to move on from that embarrassment?
We're just trying to move on past this, man. We got time. We're filling up too much time.
Well, number one, Grant doesn't know or never played Persona 5. That's number one. We'll talk about that. That'll be the first subject of the day. All right, no, for real. Okay, what we have on the docket for today's podcast, Grant? Avowed.
Oh.
The critic reviews are in.
Oh.
Are they good? Are they bad? I'm playing it right now. I'm streaming it. I'll probably stream it tonight.
Are you going to give us a not a full, but
I'll give a breakdown later.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, that's what I'm gonna ask.
I'm gonna actually show my gameplay while we do a breakdown. Okay. All right. But yeah, how does Avowed hold up? It's pretty much how's it holding up? All right. Oh, and then we got the talk of the town, buddy. The talk of the gamer voice.
You talking to me?
No, you didn't know what Persona 5 was. They wanted you're immediately dismissed for the rest of the podcast.
I have been kicked out.
Okay. Grant, Tides of Annihilation. Whoa.
I know.
You guys can go check out our state of play reaction video we did earlier. Man, that it took the state of play from a 5 out of 10 to like around 8.
Just that one game
alone.
Yeah. It's funny because we talked about this after the state of play. And I think next week we have enough for another segment of mean tweets.
Oh, we got some mean tweets.
Boy, between Avowed, here's the thing is between Assassin's Creed, Avowed, and talking about high remarks of Tides of Annihilation, our mean tweets are full. And the thing about it is we didn't say anything bad about any of these games. It's just that we didn't say anything great about these. That's the thing. It's like we didn't come out and just say, oh, this is the greatest game ever, and we got attacked for that. But it's funny. These are some good stuff.
Dude, let me tell you. All right. We also got a top 10 today. We got some gaming news, and we got a disgruntled gamer rant.
Oh.
Eastern devs versus Western devs.
It's time for the final showdown.
And we have the Game Gambit, as we usually do. All right.
Please be Persona 5. Maybe I'll pick Persona 5. I'll just sit it out. And maybe I can learn something.
Yeah. Our top 10 list is actually pretty good today also.
It is.
Let me finish tweeting this real quick again. All right. Okay. What do we want to talk? We're going to talk gaming news first, right?
Do I need to go play Persona 5 after this?
Yes, you do.
To redeem myself?
Yes, you do.
Okay. We'll put it on the list.
There was a reverberation in the gaming universe.
Okay.
This is what we'll do. You did not know what that was.
Okay, hold on. This is what we'll do. I'll make a promise to the game to the gaming gods. Okay. I will finish Resident Evil 2 remake, right? And then instead of playing Resident Evil 3 remake, I'll go right into Persona 5. That's what I'll do. I'll try to tithe to the gaming gods.
Yeah, I mean you have to. We're done. Like
have to do.
If you do not play that game, we're done.
I got to do my barbs because.
All right, Grant. Let me share my screen. Let's do some gaming news, and then we'll move on.
All right.
All right. Well, the biggest thing right now, besides Grant not knowing what Persona 5 is, let me blow this up. Let me know when you see that. Can you see that?
I see it. I see it.
Okay. Do you see it?
I see it.
All right. So we'll talk more into this when it comes to our subject about Avowed Critic Reviews. So IGN gave it the
proverbial 7.
The mighty 7. Mighty 7 out of 10. As of right now in my gameplay, again, we'll get more into it. I actually can agree with this. Okay. I can actually agree with this review right now.
Whoever wrote, I will say this.
Far, with only like 5 hours in.
I will say this. Whoever wrote this review, the thing about it is like, I haven't seen anybody fair, like across the board. Like I want to know who this is. I need to research who this is because I need to see what they've done and what other games they've reviewed. This person, because I would like to read their reviews because they were pretty fair across the board.
Well, let me pull up real quick. Travis Northup.
Okay. What else did he review? Watch you. He did Concord and Dragon Age.
Well, let's look. He is a reviewer for the Xbox Series X.
Okay.
He reviewed Hyperlight, Aloft, Alien Rogue Incursion, Path of Exile 2 Early Access.
Okay.
Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred. I mean, he's done some pretty decent ones. He did the Concord review.
Oh, boy. Well, I guess everybody can't have a perfect record, man.
So, basically, he gives a lot of 7s. They gave Concord a 7. They gave this game a 7.
I feel like they give games a 7 if one or two reasons. One, they want the game to succeed and they don't want it to be critical. They don't want to be critical of it. So they just give it a 7 because they feel like that's just like the fair. You know what I mean? Like it's like how they weasel their way out of it.
For Travis this time around though.
No. I'm talking about specific.
I think this one is he might. This one looks fair.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about for this game. I'm just about in general. Like that. If you know what I mean. Like that's like their consensus. You know what I mean? Like they knew Concord was shit, but they didn't. But they were here. They are at a critical road of like, we can't lose to these people, to all the quote unquote grifters. You know what I mean? So we got to give it a 7 to boost it up. This game needs help. So I feel like they do that a lot.
Yeah. All right. What's up, 𝐮𝐲𝐶𝑆? Thanks for joining, man.
Yeah. What's up, man?
All right. So, yeah, dude. Anyway, let's keep moving on. We'll get more into the reviews later.
All right.
Let's see.
Oh boy.
Oh, buddy. Let's get this up. Let me blow this up. How long is that? A minute? No, we're not going to watch that.
We're not going to watch it. We'll just talk about it.
Yeah.
So IGN. So here's the thing: is like I feel like IGN is like a broken clock. They're right twice a day. You know what I mean? But I knew this game. I knew this movie was going to be trash. Like, I didn't. There's nothing about this movie that made me want to be like, oh my god, I got to see this.
The TV series before this that they had out. What was it?
I didn't see it, man. I
watched it, and it was just not that good. You know, it was okay, but it didn't lead up for to have a good movie about it. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't. It wasn't the hype.
It's pretty bad. Marvel is in this weird spot. Dude. I mean, here's the thing: is besides like Deadpool and Wolverine, let's just take that out of the equation. That's the outlier.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They're in a really shitty spot. Like they've put out some real shit lately. Now, Splay says Marvel is done. Yeah. If I will agree to that 100%. I feel like they're nosediving. I feel like if they fuck up, whatchamacallit's coming out next month, Daredevil comes out next month. If they mess that up, then yeah. Because here's the thing: is by this time, all these new Avengers and all this stuff's coming out so much later. Like nobody's going to give a shit by then. I mean, I'm sure people will watch it. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's just be like starting over type.
Check this out, dude. Like this would be so weird. Like they're setting up themselves for a really weird thing to happen. So they have the mainline, superheroes that are eventually going to be in the new Avengers, right? Mm-hmm. That they're building up. All these new heroes taking the place of other heroes, all this stuff. The new Captain America, all that.
Mm-hmm.
But then they have Daredevil. They're bringing the Punisher back, bringing those actors back.
Yeah.
And they're looking at having that to be the spotlight when they might not mean it. You know, they're trying to spotlight Avengers, but what if Daredevil is really fucking good?
Dude, it should be. Here's the thing is, there used to be a time, maybe 10 years ago, 8 years ago or so, maybe not even that long ago, maybe let's just say 7 or 6 years ago, you could literally look at Marvel and say, they can't fuck, it's Marvel. They can't fuck it up.
Oh yeah, they were on.
You know what I mean? I think hopefully I have that feeling that they're going, it's like that with Daredevil. Like you can't. I mean, your cast is on point. The only thing that can mess us up is the story. And if they start doing their Disney shit to it, if they start putting their Disney spin on it.
That's like really good. And then they make a really good Punisher off series also.
Oh, that'd be great.
I mean? Oh my God. Like they would become the new focus.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They should have been the focus.
No one would care about they won't even worry. They won't care about the Avengers that's coming out.
Dude, let me just tell you something.
I don't even think they care already. You know what I mean?
You know. Here's the thing: is I like the last Spider-Man. Was the one where he lost all his memory? Everybody lost their memory and stuff. You know, the Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Not the one with Tobey Maguire. Not that Spider-Man 3. The most exciting part about it was when it showed Charlie Cox as Daredevil.
Yeah.
As his lawyer. Like that was cool. Like everybody was excited about that.
Yeah. Splaistown said they need a complete rebranding and possibly new properties. The old properties are stale and overused. Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's not even that. Also including that is that they're getting rid of everyone. Like they're trying to replace them with uninspired just by attaching, popular superheroes' names to them to try to get them popular. It's not working.
Would you? I mean, here's the thing: is like we all know that Tony Robert Downey Jr. will always be known as Iron Man. But do you think they're getting to a point to where they start recasting these characters? Like, do you think that would help?
I think that's gonna be down the road.
Because here's the thing is though, because he's too old to play Iron, like a young, you know what I mean? Like he's getting to
Iron Man is still too fresh to recast it right now.
You think so?
People won't like it. I think that they got to wait years down the road, dude, unless they bring him back as Tony Stark. But he's also going to be Doctor Doom. Like, I don't know.
Man, I don't know, man. It's like they're backing themselves into a corner, and I don't think they realize it yet. Like how? Like I don't understand. Like how he? Like why
Disney,
would you?
Star Wars and Marvel, they are in a bad position right now.
I mean, it's okay. Here's the thing: it's fine. Like with what's his name when he was Johnny from Fantastic Four, the guy who plays Captain America. I can't even think of his name. That's fine because his character was not that significant, and that movie came out a long time ago. So taking him and putting him as Captain America was fine. But taking somebody as iconic as Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man and then turning around and making him Doctor Doom is weird. Like, I don't get what they're doing.
Where's the Lobo movie? Plays Town ask. Yeah, they're not that cool to do that. They're not that.
They're not going to do all that.
They wouldn't do that. They're Marvel's. They don't know what they're doing right now.
I mean, it literally took them 16 years, 20 years to make Wolverine have his suit, the Wolverine suit. I mean,
well, it took Ryan Reynolds to do.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, but still,
that wasn't Marvel's idea.
Yeah,
that was Ryan Reynolds' idea.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Nomad. Yep, you're right. Plays Town. All right. Yeah, like give me a badass villain movie. That's what I want. I want a villain movie. You know what I mean? I guess technically they try to do that with Kraven, which is but they failed at that. But I want a badass villain. I want a movie about a villain. Dude, I even want like a Sith. I want a series about a full blown the story. Everything revolves around a Sith Lord or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You know, from the Old Republic or something like that.
Yeah, no, that would be cool.
Like Ravon or something.
But here's the thing.
Give me something like that.
But Disney is the good guys, so they can't. They got to have
Venom was botched. Yeah,
Venom had very good potential. The first one, I thought the first one was good. I didn't hate it. It wasn't like
I thought Tom Hardy was a good choice.
Yeah,
the writing and everything.
I wasn't blown away by it, but it wasn't terrible. But the second one was awful.
Yeah,
and I don't think what's his name was very good Carnage.
Well, man, they didn't make
Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson can do a lot of things.
You got to make that movie rated R,
yeah,
and it has to have blood in it with Carnage in it. Like you got to go psycho serial killer Carnage.
Yeah,
like it has to be raw. But Disney didn't want to do that. They played it safe. Yeah, Ghost Rider, man. I wonder if they need to bring that back.
Yeah, but they're not going to put what's his name in it.
Don't cast Nicolas Cage.
Now, come on, man.
No. Although I do want to see him in another National Treasure, dude.
Dude, what's going on? Like they want to make all these other movies. What happened to this movie?
They made a National Treasure like series or something movie on Disney.
The series. They
didn't even have Nicolas Cage in.
They had the other guy in it.
Yeah.
Like why would you not make another one? No. I mean, like the first two were successful, and they're like, okay, we're done. Yeah, but yet they wanted to make they made a third Mummy. When they didn't want,
they didn't need to.
That's what I'm saying.
That was kind of played out. Yeah, they had Jet Li or something.
Yeah, he was playing like the Dragon King or whatever it was.
I like Jet Li, but no, not that movie.
Nah, man.
All right, Grant. Let's keep moving. Let's see. Val. Oh, buddy. Did we talk about this? No, we haven't talked.
We haven't talked about it. No, they didn't. We have not.
Let's blow that up. All right, so that Park Place reports Japanese shrine demands removal. Another thing to stack on the list of things wrong with this game. Demands removal of the Assassin's Creed Shadows. There's a shrine in there that you can go in there and demolish, and it represents a historical site, right? I guess you can say holy site, in other words. But they want its removal after Ubisoft depicts its destruction in one of its gameplay trailers.
So there's also another thing is you can kill the Asian characters, but you can't kill the white characters, and they're pretty mad about that too. They're pretty mad about that too. Like you can't attack the white characters, but you can attack the Asian characters. They're pretty mad about that as well.
Dude, I really want to meet the people, like look at their faces.
Well,
the mind behind
according to sources
for this game.
I've been reading the sources. I mean, not our sources, but other people's sources. They're saying that Assassin's Creed Shadows has their pre-orders are on par with Odyssey, which I don't know if that's true or not. Like, I don't know. That would be huge because Odyssey went on to sell like 10 million copies. I don't see this game selling 10 million copies. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong.
Only thing I would debate over that is that it is a Assassin's Creed. The name sells itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
It's Assassin's Creed.
Like if Coke makes a shitty Coke product, people are starting to buy it.
Assassin's Creed doesn't sell well, then it's like you just destroyed a game.
Yeah.
Like it has to be so bad. But you know, as long as they just have this regular same shit they have in all the last games, from what you look at, from what we've seen from the gameplay trailers, it's pretty much the same shit. You know, it'll be okay.
Yeah. Well,
honestly, let's be real. But it doesn't change the fact, though, they probably could sold so much more if they didn't have all the delays and the game was ready, all the bad press, all the dumb mistakes, all the that you know, I could grab my 14-year-old daughter and she could probably tell you what's wrong with, you know, all their historical mistakes they made in this game. You know what I mean? Like, they have teams of people deciding these things, and they didn't think of so many like inaccuracies. It's just,
you know what's crazy? Excuse me. What did Onimusha do that Assassin's Creed could have done? That Assassin's Creed should have done.
You mean pick an actual samurai?
An actual samurai.
You talking about Musashi?
Correct. It didn't have to be Musashi. They're Musashi. They have 40 other ones they could have chose from that, like, you can go through and find. And we caught a lot of shit for that. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. That's gonna be part of our mean tweets probably.
I know.
But I loved how you argued with that one guy. He was like, "Oh well, how dare they use that the actor's thing? You know, this is Onimusha. It's not about Musashi. No, it is. The character is Musashi.
Correct.
In a new Onimusha, it's Musashi. That's who you're playing as.
Everybody who has got, here's the thing: this is what I've learned. If they have pronouns in their bios, they have trans flags in their whatever in their thing. If they have an anime profile, a furry profile picture, or if they have like a Japanese
you mean
name,
pretty much everyone that replies negatively.
That's what I'm saying. If they have like a Japanese name, oh boy, those are the ones that think they know everything about Japanese.
You know, that's a white guy. It's some white guy that lives with his mom.
It's some frail ass white kid
or something
who's never seen pussy before.
With a Japanese name. He ain't fooling no one, dude.
That's what I'm saying. And this is who here. Sometimes I have to step back and understand like who I'm arguing with.
And you're a furry. Wow.
Yeah. You walk around with a foxtail up your asshole.
Yeah. All right. Splays Town. These mega franchises are intimidating for people that have never played any to want to jump in. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. Grants. What else we got? Let's see.
Oh God, yes. Please.
I don't know if I want to save this. No, we'll go ahead and talk about it. All right. So, dude, I've been playing Avowed. The character creator, I mean, I don't want to talk too much about this because this is a main subject. The character creator and some of the NPCs in this game, dude, like,
they're awful. Look at that haircut.
They're really bad.
Why did they give him Why did they give him the Zoomer broccoli cut? Like, why? Like, what was the point of that?
Well, it's all the haircuts in the character creator. Like, they're really
I know,
bad.
but that's what I'm saying.
That's why I just want the shaved head.
But my point is like, they already make fun of this haircut in real life. What do you think they're going to do in the video game?
Look at that little goblin on the left there.
I know.
Her supposed to be a person?
Her arms are bigger than mine.
I haven't met this NPC yet. Can't wait till I do though.
Like, that fucking goblin's swole. Like, give me that work. What are you taking? That's what I need. You need to tell me what you're taking.
Yeah, pre-workout. All right. But yeah, dude, but just, you know, people were making fun. Oh, well, you were just making dumb characters in the character creator. Well, they pretty much everything.
You don't really have a choice.
You really don't have a choice with this game. Like, it is a bad character creator.
They got this. This person's got the same haircut as Clark Kent in the new Superman.
Let's see. Yep.
Oh, that's the person up there that's got that
We
gave the
already
review.
reported on this. All right, let me. All right, so that was the gaming news. All right, Grant.
We should go into the main topic.
Oh, that's what we're going to. Hold on, I got it.
I'll guide us into the next topic now. All right, guys, we're going into the next topic. Fall in line.
All right, so the next.
Go ahead and say it. Fucking worthless.
All right, the next topic is Avowed Critic Reviews. They are in. The game, I think, is sitting around a Metacritic score of 80. So let's go ahead and pull all that up and get that going. Let me share my screen. Metacritic. Yeah, so it's sitting at 80 on Xbox and 79 on PC right now. Okay. I fucking told y'all. Watch out for those damn early reviews. We had a whole podcast on this shit.
Yep.
Talking about early reviews. Boy, did they make this game look like the next fucking 2025 game of the year on their early reviews. All the guys were, they were just busting all over it.
Well, here's the thing. Me and Ed were talking last night, and before we do our podcast every Tuesday, we always talk the night before. And this is what we were talking about last night. I've never seen. It's like a tug of war, because now you have some big hitters that are actually on the bottom side of the spectrum. Then when they're usually at the top with all the other ones. So it's like they're pulling. It's like a weird tug of war. You know what I mean? Like IGN and GameSpot, which I don't know what happened to them. They actually gave it a low score. Or lower compared to everybody else. I mean,
yeah, but what I'm talking about
it's kind of like their check didn't clear. Like they didn't get the check.
Lead up to the early before IGN scoring came out, and all these other ones came out. The lead up to the early access.
Yeah,
on yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
The lead up to it, all the YouTube. Some of those YouTubers, streamers, and the people that get these early, the early copies of this game.
Mm-hmm.
You got to watch out for it because you don't know if they got invited to some conference, got the hotel rooms paid for, they got access to the game, and what they got for it. You got to watch out for it. But you remember the early reviews were just like, oh my God.
Oh yeah. You saw like 9.5.
Revolutionary.
I know.
So far in my playthrough, the game's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But real quick, I want to talk. But real quick, I want to talk about it because a lot of these companies gave it. That you see, like one company gave it 100, which is absurd. I don't think. I mean, it has to. There's only like 2 or 3 games that have ever been made that are 100.
You can play for an hour until it's not 10 out of 10 game.
But you see a lot of 90s and stuff like that. But IGN and GameSpot gave it a 60. Like that's what I'm talking about.
IGN gave it a 7.
IGN gave it a 7 there, but what did they give it on here? Where was that score? Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see if I can find it. Keep on going down. Because they didn't give it like it was like low.
Screen Rant, Atomics 9, IGN France.
No, it's not in the 80s. You can just scroll on past that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the. I'm curious on the other scores.
Like IGN Spain. Like, so here we go.
IGN 70.
Okay, and what did GameSpot get? Then which one gave them a 60? GameSpot gave them a low.
Yeah. Okay. You said IGN at first.
Oh, no.
This is just the Xbox score.
Okay, but what I'm saying is like they gave it. They're on the opposite ends when they're usually lockstep with these people.
Let's change it to PC. Forbes can't try. Oh, is that Paul Tassi?
Oh boy,
is this Paul Tassi?
Are you probably
no? Yeah, he's Forbes, right? Yeah. It's Paul Tassi.
Oh God,
our favorite person in the world, Paul Tassi with the big old 9. He didn't play this game. He didn't play this game. It's not a 9.
IGN Deutschland.
You can make the case for 8. So far in my playthrough. Again, I'm not done with it, but you can make a case for 8.
But what do you think? There's PC Gamer. Gave it 8.2. There's new. I didn't see that.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Keep on going down. Because I saw
Times 8.
New York. Why are they giving it to
why do people?
That's what I'm saying.
Does anyone go for game reviews to the New York Times? And these are the same guys that are voting members on the Game Awards.
That's weird, man. Like I've never in my life had to say, hold on, guys. I'm not buying this game until I see what the New York Times has to say. God.
It's like going to LA Times too for your game
reviews. Jeez.
I think they are also a sponsor of the Game Awards. They are a voting member of the Game Awards.
Keep on going down.
Gaming Age, RPC, MRPG 75. That's fair.
I forgot about that website.
Yeah.
I haven't checked that website in a long time.
Video Gamer, PC Games N. I don't know who the fuck that is.
GameSpot gave it a 60. Okay, now here's my point. Is usually a lot of these people are in lockstep all the time. So that's a big gap for some. I mean, for them, that's a huge gap. That's what I'm saying. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, to give it a 60
and a 60
compared to what they would usually do whenever these games, you don't see that very often. That's what I'm saying. You don't see these people. I mean, because whenever Dragon Age came out, Concord came out, all these games came out, they were the ones that were giving it like 8s, 9s, all this other stuff.
All right, so I'm going to tell you right now. All right, so the cutoff so far with my experience so far, I would say the cutoff would be, I wouldn't agree with the 9 for this game or a 10, but I would not also agree with the 4 or below.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So
that's fair. I
would dismiss any score 4 and below or 9 and above.
Yeah, a 4. I mean, that's just hating right there. I mean,
yeah, that's hating.
I mean, it's not a 4. I mean, you can find, I can see that. I'm just trying to figure out why would GameSpot of all people give it a 60?
Yeah, it's kind of like 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. I mean, I don't know, dude. I think they probably gave it a 6 out of 10 because you could disable the pronouns.
So they didn't like that.
They didn't like that. They didn't like that.
I didn't think about that take. That could be.
You think I'm fucking
no,
I'm serious.
No, that is a good point.
I bet you the way some of these
so they feel stabbed in the back. They feel
check this out.
Et brute. Like, that's what they feel. They feel like that.
Go check their Dragon Age review and tell me they didn't review it off politics. Oh, it's actually in the review.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know that. I remember that.
Their political agenda is asserted into the review,
which is crazy because every one of the reviewers and everybody we went through everybody we went to everybody's Twitter account. Remember that? Everyone has pronouns in their bio. Like every single one of them.
Episode. I can't remember episode that was, but we have that. We talked about that.
Whatever
we're talking about on Twitter right now about all the review scores when it comes to people with pronouns involved and doing like ideological reviews. We already talked about that in October.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But check this out. When it comes to GameSpot, you can't sit there and tell me with a straight face that they would not mess with the review score due to the fact of the option to disable pronouns in this game. You can't not tell me that.
What does it say right there?
You're not serious. They wouldn't do that, right?
I'm curious. Read that first paragraph, like what it shows. You don't have to click read more. What does that say there? Read it loud.
This one?
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
On multiple fronts, Avowed holds so much promise that it struggles to follow through on. While combat feels impactful and gives you options to experiment with, it's hamstrung by the overall reliance on gear upgrades and scarce resources that prevent you from fully enjoying the creative freedom it initially advertises. It's a world fun to explore.
I just want to know if they have anything that's political.
I can agree with that. But they talk about scarce resources. I mean, the thing about this game, there's no such thing as enemies respawning. Once you clear an area, you clear an area. There's no like cleaning up. Like once you open a treasure chest, that's not respawning. When you pick up like a corpse that has stuff in it, it's not respawning. So whatever you clear in the area is cleared for your game through your actual, current game play or game, playthrough.
Yeah.
So, resources can be scarce, but I mean, the point of the game is, I would kind of argue that is you need to pick a build. Like, if you're going a warrior build, pick what weapons you want and build around that at the very beginning. Do not try to, mid through, I want to do this. You don't do that because you're going to mess up everything because you're not going to have the resources for it. So the point of it is to make a character, pick a build, and stick with that build.
Mm-hmm.
That's it's bad, but at the same time, I'm just warning people who actually want to play this game.
Yeah.
Pick a build and stick with it.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Tell me, so far, because I know you haven't played the whole thing, but so far what you played, tell me 3 things you like about it and 3 things you don't like about it.
I think the combat's better than I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
I actually like the combat.
Okay.
I mean, it's very Skyrim-like.
Mm-hmm.
It is, but it's a little bit more impactful.
Mm-hmm.
Like with at least the play style I'm going with is like charge in your face. Enemies just fly across the screen.
Like a barbarian, just type
straight up.
Yeah.
Sword and shield, or I actually have an axe and shield now.
That's cool.
And a 2-handed mace, just waylaying things.
Mm-hmm.
And I have like skills, dash and stuff to just, pretty much put enemies on the ground or send them flying, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool because when you bash them and you it's like a linebacker hitting something.
Oh, okay.
And the enemies fly. Like if I'm hitting like a goblin looking enemy, it's flying. So I kind of like that. And the block and the engagement one-on-one with like a boss is fun. It is actually fun.
That's cool. Okay.
Like being able to block and stun it and making your companions use certain skills to try to get it stunned so you can use that special move on it to hit it hard. So I think the combat is better than what I thought it was going to be.
Gotcha.
But, you can still play a modded Skyrim to give you that combat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nothing groundbreaking, but it's fun at the beginning so far. Again, I remember I just got 5 hours gameplay right now. So this is
how's like the story? Is the story good? Is it
story's okay? You have to. Okay. All right. So the problem with this game, it doesn't tell you everything up front. It kind of gives you a basis. So when you're in dialogue at the very beginning, for anyone that wants to play this game, make sure you use the extra lore button when you're talking to an NPC and you're doing that cutscene of like talking to characters.
Mm-hmm.
There's a button you can press that gives you highlighted lore. So if you're not sure what something means, it gives you that option. It's kind of like Final Fantasy 16. You remember you had the lore thing, right? When you're talking to characters, you could actually pull up the lore in the middle of the conversation and pause the conversation and see what stuff meant. And so you actually got to do that in order to understand what certain things are, because it kind of gets thrown in your face very fast. And you're kind of, the story's going on, and if you don't know like what certain things means, you're going to be confused. But so I did that at the beginning, and I understand the story. So the story is okay. It's not like good, great. It's okay. The dialogue's good though. Even though the character NPCs are god awful looking, the women are god awful looking. I mean, everything has like the same base. Like nothing looks different besides the facial features and the hair.
So Splace has a question for you. He said the combat looks like Elder Scrolls Online. Is it?
This is better than Elder Scrolls Online.
Okay.
But it is similar because it's an Elder Scrolls game. Skyrim was an Elder Scrolls game, But Elder Scrolls Online is like, it has a different feel from Skyrim, because it's an online game. It just has a different feel.
Yeah.
The Avowed is more in your face, impactful. Like every hit feels good,
Yeah.
Like, and you have to approach a situation like every boss kind of differently. Like you're backing up, you're using strategy, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I like about it. But it's Avowed is more impactful combat wise than Elder Scrolls Online.
Okay.
But it's still similar because it's Elder Scrolls like.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So what are some things that you've encountered that you don't like? That you're just kind of like,
Right,
it don't have to be like super bad. It's just anything that you're kind of like, I don't really like
character
this.
creator sucks.
Okay.
The godlike powers, it's like you can put mushrooms on your face and like sea animal looking things. It's stupid. Like it's just fucking stupid. It's like you're going to a masquerade ball.
I see.
You know what I mean? It's like just dumb, but it's to identify you having godlike powers because that affects how your conversation is with the NPCs. Because your character has godlike powers.
I see.
But then like the NPCs are just bland looking. The dialogue lip movement is actually pretty good. I know. I don't know if that even matters, but it's decent. The dialogue's not bad. There's a lot of dialogue. If you want to understand the story, you have to, click in those lore things. So I would say actually that could be a bad thing also because the story isn't like really, really explained to you up front. You gotta engage it.
So they don't like hold your hand like in most games.
They don't. Exploration's good. I mean, it is not a huge world from what I see, but it is. There's exploration. There's decent exploration. What else I don't like about it? I wish there was a little bit more RPG mechanics when it comes to the abilities and like skill points and stuff. I think it'd been better if they went with more of a Skyrim feel with that, like being able to have a one-handed sword and shield branch, and you could like click on all that stuff. Instead, you have like more of a if you're doing like a warrior type archetype like class, you have dash and you have like very limited number of skills you can go into when you level up. It's not like it's not huge on that. So that's a bad thing about it. It's not like a lot of RPG mechanics, but like I said before, so far it's just a good game. Not great, not elite, not game of the year. It's just good.
So you would agree with it being 7 out of 10?
I would agree with the 7 right now. Yes.
Right now.
Yeah.
I got you.
You can make the case for a 7. You can make a case for a 6. You can make the case for an 8.
I got you.
Anything above that right now, I don't know yet.
Yeah. Well, when you finish, you're going to give the official DMG a review.
Yeah. But I do find it funny they made the pronoun thing is you're able to disable it in game.
Well, they call a lot of hell
flack, and they decided to do that. I bet that was a last minute change too before the release.
Yeah.
All right. What else? Let's see. Let me stop sharing that real quick. Let's talk about some other things. Let me go to my actual playthrough so far.
Okay.
Before we move on to the main subject or our next subject. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to show you my crash.
Oh yeah. So for those who don't know, and when Ed first started the game, he was going live, and because usually like if I'm at work or whatever, he'll be like, "Hey, share this," I'll share it. And then I noticed that he was playing it, and then like 10 minutes later he wasn't. I was like, "Well, what happened?" Well, we'll see. The game crashed on him at the very beginning.
It crashed from the story beginning when you enter the game, and then as soon as the character creator appeared, it gave me a fatal error. All right, so let's.
They're not off to a good. Well, they weren't off to a good start at that point.
For it and a review for it. Basically, kind of like our presumptions of it was all the glowing early reviews for it up front before the game release for the people that got their hands on it. That kind of gave us concern, and then of course today IGN dropped it review as a 7, I think. And it's gotten 9s, 8s here and there, but we're going to play it ourselves, and then eventually, probably a week or 2 from now, give an actual review on it. But let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to go ahead and close the camera. The beginning part is like the story.
But oh, that's funny. You can hear it already struggling.
Yeah.
Watch over more than an empire. The Burn Empire.
Hold on. For anyone watching, we're kind of finding the...
By fugitive from danger out into past many years ago, the wheel. You came in.
Yeah, Spikes is right. He wants to know, are you going to triple braid your beard like the character in Avowed? You should.
No.
You should start dressing up like the characters that you play.
All right, here it is. All right, so for anyone listening to the podcast, basically, I'm watching the beginning trailer. I entered the game. I'm watching the beginning trailer, and it's about to go to the character creator. There's my mouse. And that's it.
Oh man! They said that it was.
Then I'm coming back. The game crashed. My face, dude.
I know. That's funny. Oh, that's good. Oh man, that's great.
I'm pissed off right now.
I know you look like it. Oh wow.
I am pissed off. Look, I'm looking at my phone like
I know you look puzzled.
I'm
like you just look so puzzled, like you don't know what the fuck's going on. Didn't you have to like didn't they have like a patch and all kinds of stuff? You had to like repatch it.
No, I just repaired the game. They didn't have the patch, so I repaired the game and it was fine after that. But it's just so weird. Like it's funny how we were talking about. You know how the developers were talking about the glitches and everything. Look at my face, dude.
I know, dude. Yeah, I know, man. What's funny, and then the reason why I know that is because you like prepared for this moment all day because you're like, hey man, I'm about to go live. All this,
got my stream going up. You know how long it takes to do that shit?
I know, man. Oh man.
Aora, a world where mortals live,
Boy, Ed's face is so
die,
pissed.
and are
Oh
reborn
man.
through the turning of.
Oh, that's great.
And now, like the story is now glitching, like it's jumping right now. Look at my.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. All right. Anyway, let me jump up.
You're trying to figure out what's going on.
Dude, it was so buggy right here. That's kind of anticlimactic. What's wrong with you think they have? I mean, they did say it. The devs said it themselves.
They did
at the get-go that it was going to be buggy before they released it.
But you didn't think it was going to be like that at the very beginning. You at least thought you'd get into the game.
And yeah,
I thought,
yes, releases.
That's incredible.
All right, we're going to restart the stream here in a little bit, probably in about 15 minutes.
And that was an hour later because you were so beginning to go cool down.
Right. Let's pull up our actual gameplay that actually worked. Although I will say the here, let me mute it real quick. All right, well, we're gonna have the gameplay play in the background. All right, so my next playthrough, my next stream, no issues. I actually played well.
Okay.
No crashes at all, and I haven't experienced a crash since then, since I repaired it.
So you're
but
basically
repairing
just going...
a game, like once you download it, it shouldn't be an option. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. So explain what you're doing. What's going on with all this? Like
this is the beginning. This is your intro. Like,
okay.
They give you a spear, and that's it at the beginning.
I got you.
And basically, what you're doing is they're teaching you combat. You know, teaching you the buttons and stuff like that.
Kind of teaching you how to play the game, basically. Yep. I got you.
And how the game works, and eventually, like here, I don't have any skills yet. It looks kind of bland, but it's more. How can I explain? You got to play the game to feel. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it feels good. You know, again, not anything revolutionary, but it just feels good when you fight in this game. Yeah. Okay, but that's it. You know, it's nothing special. It's nothing that you can't get from a mod.
It's cool. It's cool how it keeps the blood on your weapon. I do
that's cool. When you're fighting things, you'll have blood on your armor and everything like that.
That's cool.
Until you rest at your camp.
Yeah, that's cool.
I just killed this thing because it was in the way.
What was that?
I thought it was an enemy. I thought it was a bit of a skin it or something, but no.
Like a chameleon.
Yeah. But they have traps in the game you have to watch out for. This is me just trying to avoid a trap. I didn't. I ended up getting hit by it. I already got hit by it.
It's like you like walked up to it and looked at it. Like,
there's a trip line right there. You grab that potion. You see that trip line?
Yep, I did.
And I jump.
Yep. That's funny. You like walked up to the holes like, oh, what is this?
You can gather in this game. It's like anything. There's a lot of things you can pick up, like any Elder Scrolls game like this. But anyway, yeah. So my playthrough, I mean, like I said, so far with like 5 hours in, it's a good game. It's nothing beyond good right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, like you can say 7. Okay, whatever.
So let me ask you a question. Is it so far? Is it better than you expected, or about what you expected?
It is better than I would have expected. Okay. I thought the combat was going to be really bad. Like it was not going to have any feel to it.
Well, you know, the thing about it is, and you can't blame people for thinking that because they didn't really show anything.
You look at if you look at this, like this is nothing right now until you get skills, but if you look at this, like this is how the gameplay looked in all the trailers, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't look special. And
Yeah.
that's what we talked about at the beginning. But it feels better when you actually are playing it.
I got you. Okay. I mean, let's
see if I can get to some later combat, so you can see what I'm talking about. This is me. Half the game, I'm like looking around the entire time. I bet that was a boring ass stream.
This is the second. This is like the second game that your character just looks generic.
Yeah. I got some good fights today, though. They were actually pretty fun. This is like there's a stealth mechanic too, so you can sneak up on things. I think I failed at this one, but
I gotcha. Are you still like in the tutorial section?
No. This is actually outside the main town.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm actually exploring the game.
So there you are with your camera.
You see that?
Oh, that's cool.
It's my charges.
You're just knocking people back.
I can just send shit flying. And you can block. You have a stamina bar for the blocking and stuff like that. But it feels good when you're hitting things.
They did say there's a lot of bears in this game.
there are a lot in the beginning. There's a lot of bears. But now I'm doing sword and axe, so I can just kind of chop things up, have a high critical chance, and all that stuff.
I got you.
See that? I just hit him like a baseball.
Yeah, you did. That was pretty cool, though.
But that feels good. Like in the game, it might not look like flashy here, but it feels really good. Like when you're doing it in the game. But again, it's nothing special. It's so far I've enjoyed it as just a decent good RPG.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm still again very beginning. All right.
It's not that long of a game though, is it?
It's like 50 hours. It's not too long.
That's not too bad.
It's not like Skyrim that you can the exploration is just ridiculous, right?
Or like
I don't think this game is like that.
Or like KCD2,
I'm not sure about
where you're doing all the other stuff.
I'm gonna 100% it. Like I'm gonna explore everything. I'm gonna see, and then I'll be able to see my game, like my game time and everything like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, I 100% Dragon Age and every game we played so far and did a review for. So I'm just gonna 100% this and then give a real score. All right, let's stop sharing that. All right, so as our Avowed wrap up. We did warn about the early reviews for this game to watch out for them, and everything's looking to be an average good RPG.
So let me ask you a question: What do you think? What do you think the user reviews are going to be?
I think they're going to be around the same. Between your 5 to your 8, it's going to be in between that. I think.
So if you had to pick an average, where do you think it's going to be? Where do you think it's going to like average out?
Like 7-ish, 6 point
6,
something
8,
to 7.
6, 8 to 7. Gotcha.
Yeah, 6 to 7. Because it's just going to be, people want to just say it was good. That's it. Nothing groundbreaking, nothing new.
Okay.
Just, another Elder Scrolls genre, that you can play.
Yeah.
With a little bit different take on things, but that's pretty much what it is. All right. Grant.
Time for the top 10.
No.
Oh.
Tides of Annihilation.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
That's your skip, buddy.
Nah, that's your baby right there. You've looked at Elden Ring as like, puh, get out of here.
Tides of Annihilation. All right, so as you guys are aware, State of Play, this past State of Play, Sony State of Play, they announced the Tides of Annihilation, which is made by a Chinese studio.
Correct.
Of course,
I don't think a lot of people know that.
I don't think a lot of people do, because it's the girl doesn't really look like it does. It doesn't have that China. It's not part of the China hero.
It doesn't look like anything Western developed
it's
in
not
the
like
last
Wukong.
4
You
years.
can tell that's Chinese and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
This was just put on the map on a State of Play, and it really. I mean, everyone's talking about it now.
So, like, I've never heard of this game before.
I did not
at all.
Yeah, I did not. I was not tracking this game, and this is the kind of game I would track. All right, but to give kind of the summary of this game, it takes place in modern day London. I'm going to show some. They released the extended gameplay. People talking about
Did you haven't watched that?
Yeah.
Did you? I figured you would.
No, it actually just really came out a couple of hours ago.
I figured I was like, this man's about to wrap himself in it like a blanket.
No. All right, so This game, I would say, they did extended gameplay. Now, people talk about, this is what gets me. People are like, "Oh my god, Intergalactic! This is going to be, it's made by Naughty Dog. It's going to be awesome." Yeah. Or what is it? The sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. What's the game
Ghost
called?
Ghost of 𝐬𝐿.
Yeah, Ghost of 𝐬𝐿. Oh my god, that game looks amazing, and you hardly have any gameplay for either.
Yeah, it's always just like cutscenes and shit.
And then that's not the only one. There's a few others that people are just, oh my wow. Even the new one, Sorrow, that's coming out. The
Witcher 4.
The Witcher 4, only some gameplay.
Yeah.
These guys, a Chinese dev, dropped an 11.5-minute gameplay trailer today.
And it was phenomenal.
And it was great. But let's break down the summary, and then I'm going to play that trailer, and we're going to watch it while we talk about it. Okay. So anyway, it takes place in modern day London. This is where it gets me, dude. Like this, if I was dreaming, I would think of a perfect Souls game. Like everything that I love in fantasy. This is a game.
Yeah.
I don't, it could be okay, whatever, but I'm going to love the hell out of it just because the way it is set up. But anyway, it takes place in modern day London, which is ravaged by mystical, otherworldly forces. You play as Gwendolyn. I'm assuming it's a play on words from Guinevere, right?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming she is a descendant of Arthur or something like that.
Gotcha.
She's hot. Sense, She's dangerous looking. That one look in that trailer when she turns.
She doesn't look like a dude whatsoever.
She turns and gives you that like, oh, I can fuck you up.
Yeah.
And then walks away. That sexy look, but also dangerous as hell, a badass.
Watch out, you're going to sound like
how
a gooner.
You're supposed to make. Well, this is the epitome of female empowerment.
But that's the thing is like, this is what we want. This is the type of people. This is what we want.
You want this personifies, a powerful woman.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so Gwendolyn, she's probably again Arthur bloodline or something like that, right? Yeah. That's why she has all these powers. But the coolest thing, dude, with being, I guess, a descendant of Arthur or something like that. Anyway, you explored London's iconic landmarks and calling in the spectral Knights of the Round Table. So her powers, as you play through the game, you gain each one of the Knights of the Round Table. You gain their powers. You can summon them in battle.
Lancelot, Percival.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I saw Galahad. He was that big motherfucker in that. No, you'll see him in the trailer. You can see Galahad. I know that's Galahad. But yeah, it's everything in the story is revolving around Arthurian mythos. All right, so it's a very Legend of Arthur kind of tale. All right, so let me go ahead and go to the trailer as we talk about it a little bit more.
I wonder if we're gonna have Merlin.
They might play into that. Maybe a descendant of Merlin that's a companion that you meet later. Who knows?
What about Archimedes the owl from the Sword and the Stone?
What? Now you're just saying shit. All right. So let me know when you see this, Grant, before we continue. Let me share that. All right. So that's a start screen.
Yep.
All right. I don't know when this game's coming out. It
looks like it's ready. It's ready to go.
It's ready. It does. It looks like this is more ready than any game that we know that's coming out.
This game looks more ready than Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll play as we talk. Dude, look at that starting screen.
I know. Look at that, man.
And she's cool looking.
So I want to say this. So when this game came out, it'll be in our mean tweets, but we got like cussed out because we said this was a good game and it was made by Eastern developers.
We have eyes.
Yeah. They're like, well, Western graphics aren't everything. Yeah. Well, it kind of is. It's a lot to it. Graphics and gameplay.
For people that are listening to this podcast later on Apple or Spotify, basically what the gameplay is showing of you walking through the torn down streets of London after these otherworldly forces come through, and the sights and views are breathtaking.
Yeah,
like they're really good. Their artwork and everything.
It's like a mixture of like modern buildings and medieval type stuff.
It's what you would expect in like a game from Software, right? The artwork, that the Elden Ring art style of just everything, part of the.
That's a good way to say it. Elden Ring mixed with like modern day.
This is like Devil May Cry and Elden Ring.
Yeah, there you go.
Or Grant, you know what other game this reminds me of with the Knights of the Round summons that you can combo with?
What?
Think about it. Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, that's true.
With the icons.
That is true.
That's what it reminds me of. Except this combat belongs in a game like this, right?
And
it doesn't. I don't think it really belongs in a Final Fantasy 16. You know what I mean, like that, where like what you expect Final Fantasy to be. But this is what I expect it to be. That's Galahad.
Yeah, that's tight, man.
But there's also finishing moves that you can do where you take the enemy's weapons and just.
So you get like Galahad at the beginning, like.
This is probably, I would say, this is probably like a few hours into the game.
Gotcha.
You got a few powers.
So it didn't go from like the start screen to brand new.
No.
Gotcha.
Unless this is the beginning and you lose those powers and you have to refine them. I don't know.
That's true.
But anyway, yeah. So this one, all it is doing is showcasing combos and like the powers of all your knights and stuff like that, and how you can use them constantly in combo streams.
Yeah.
I mean, like this, like he's showing an enemy getting frozen and shattered. And eventually, once you can get him weak and you see that red dot on him like that, I think that's when you can actually do the finisher on him. And I think that's what she's about to do right now.
Oh, man.
So what she's doing is grabbing for the listeners, she's grabbing the axe of the enemy and pretty much just smashing them. But then it's just like, you're going through levels, jumping. I mean, the world is good. You can collect stuff. Let's fast forward a little bit. But I mean, like the scenes in this game are just unbelievable.
Yeah, that's so beautiful, dude. Look at that, man.
And look how it transitions. Now you're on. So it transitioned from like you were on a street level. Water came in, and then she changed gravity, and now
it looks like the movie Inception.
Inception, does it not?
Yeah. So think about how the buildings were running up them and stuff like that. Yeah, that's basically what
buildings
it looks
just coming out of nowhere. Everything's changing. It looks like Inception.
That's pretty, man. And yes, this is an Eastern Game Studio, dude.
I mean, just like that's amazing, dude.
I mean, this is what you make when you care.
And look at the environment. Like they're taking London and break like famous attractions in London and breaking it down into like it's been ravaged.
God, look at that, man. It's a big, I don't know what that is.
Just like some type of dragon boss. So it looks like a whale, I think.
Looks like that thing from Final Fantasy X.
Let's get to the boss fight before we wrap this up. There it is. All right, so this one is going into, I guess, one of the bosses of the game. I don't know if she's someone that you can grab her powers after you beat her, but I know that's how you get them. Is you go through bosses that you gain the powers from. So they're Knights of the Rounds that have been tainted, basically. Like they were Knights of the Round Table and they were tainted by something. And they were like tainted long ago and they just started to, descend on London and pretty much fuck it up. But like the art style, I mean, just like
this. Oh, she's a mage, so she might be the descendant of Merlin. The other girl.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yep.
I just solved it for you. Just figured it all out.
But look at the art style. Like, look at the girl. Like, it's perfect.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is.
It's great character design. And that's what gamers want.
Exactly. We don't care if the protagonist is a female.
She's not, just completely ridiculous costume-wise.
Yeah.
She's empowered. Correct. She has, just a great style to her.
Yeah,
and
she's not gooned out. She's not super gooned out like Stellar Blade.
But they want her to be attractive. That's what the basis
until the mods get a hold of it. But
if she's a descendant of Guinevere, it makes sense for her to be attractive.
Yeah.
Because Guinevere was known to be beautiful in the stories.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine what the mods are going to do to this game?
Oh, the mods are going to be they're going to be crazy. But just great action sequences. So right now, she's fighting another girl, and I'm assuming she's one of the Knights of the Round that that got tainted, and she's basically trying to defeat her to get her powers, or eventually get her powers. I mean, and now the entire ring just turned to just like blood-looking glass on the ground. So you're transitioning, and now the whole thing's upside down. The entire level's upside down.
I mean, it's just so smooth, man. Look at that.
It's smooth and it looks so good. Look at the reflections on the. I mean, that's epic.
How did we not hear about? How did nobody not hear about this game?
I think they just wanted to drop it like that, man.
Well, they did. They sure did. No, they dropped their nuts on everybody.
They were like, hey, "Here's one of our video games. Here you go.
This is one of 7 that we
have." It's one of 3 that are probably gonna be Game of the Year nominees if this comes out this year.
Easily.
But yeah, so anyway, she's finishing up that fight. Let's skip forward a little bit.
I mean, just look at those moves, dude.
Yeah. Anyone listening to the podcast, you got to go check out this extended gameplay trailer. I recommend it.
Yeah.
We're trying to not, do too many videos since this is a podcast, but we also do YouTube, but it's mainly a podcast.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure the listeners understand what's going on. But if you guys haven't seen it, go check out the extended gameplay trailer, man. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's great, man. Dude, I haven't seen a game this good since Elden Ring.
Yeah, I mean, but we got Phantom Blade 0 about to drop.
Yeah,
that looks honestly, combat looks better than this. Even though this looks really, really good, the combat looks a lot better in Phantom Blade 0. But I mean, still, geez, like, come on,
God, man. Look at that, dude.
Yeah, now she's smashing her through the wall. All right. Let's wrap that up. I mean, this is an entire look at this sequence. This is another boss. I think this is the samurai guy. These are they're just showing flashes of different fights.
Yeah. I mean, it's just phenomenal, man. The way God, man.
And a dragon. Then you fight these. Also, part of the fighting is these huge Goliaths that you fight.
Yeah,
these are old knights that were tainted, and
she's on a dragon now. Damn, that's
that's just cool. That's
Tides of Annihilation.
Tides of Annihilation. Check it out.
Come out. Hurry up and come out.
But yeah, it's like Final Fantasy 16 combat with a Souls game, but more fast paced, more action. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. It's going to be good.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be a really good game. Just from looking at it, you can tell it's going to be a good game.
You don't think we're overhyping it, do you?
I don't think so at all. I think it's going to be a great game.
It's not going to be like Anthem, is it? I'd be so hurt.
No, it's not live service, so you don't have to worry about that. And it's not EA.
That is true. That is true. That is true.
You don't have to worry about that. It's Chinese dev that they're just taking their giant nuts and just smacking them, slapping them on the table, and the Eastern devs are in their rainbow flags staring at them.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing. Anyway, Grant, speaking of that, I say first, since we're done with that subject, I say we get into the Disgruntled Gamer Rant, then the top 10.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah,
since we just brought up this game.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, so let's get into our Disgruntled Gamer Rant. Let me share an image real quick. All right. Our Disgruntled Gamer Rant for this episode is going to be Eastern devs versus Western devs.
Mm-hmm. The battle lines have been drawn.
And what the hell is going on with Western devs when it comes compared to the quality that we're seeing for new games that are about to drop compared to what we're getting from the Western counterparts?
So, we talked about it. I mean, we've kind of talked about it a little bit before. That the Western game developers, and there's a couple of outliers. Like, we all know that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be phenomenal. Like, that's an outlier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is not all Western game developers, because there's some outliers. But this is just like as a whole, I guess you should say, because there's more shit nuggets than there are good ones. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
think it's more. We're not trying to say. Yeah, like you said, we're not saying all Western game developers are bad. We're just trying to highlight, instead of being the gatekeepers for them, they already have. Stop being gatekeepers for them. They already have enough gatekeepers.
Yeah,
Western devs do. They have IGN. They have GameSpot. They have New York Times. They have so many people that can gatekeep for them. Okay,
Gucci, Armani, apparently.
The point of having this stuff and immediately bringing up this conversation, even with our currently we have 50 people watching, with our little circle here of just talking about it because they need to be held accountable when they mess up.
Yep.
They need criticism. We're not taking a shit on them and just saying like, oh, they're just complete garbage. But some of the stuff they have released has been kind of bad.
Yeah.
Compared to the quality and what we've seen that Chinese devs and Eastern devs are going to deliver this year.
Yeah. The Eastern, okay, let me start over. Western game developers have fallen into this Unreal Engine 5 hole where they think that everything's got to be open world and everything's got to be, yeah, we'll get to that. But I'm talking about just before we get to that. Yeah, I know that's good. But before we get to that, they've fallen into this Unreal Engine 5 thing where everything's got to be open world. Everything's got to be huge. Everything's got to be overload of graphics where now everything's got to be ran on the 590 RTX and all this other stuff. You know, like that's what they've fallen into the trap. And what they haven't done is offer optimal, great gameplay. Now, before you saying, oh, well, they got some games, before you start naming games, we're talking about as a whole, just overall. Like we're not talking about specific games in general. We're talking about as a whole. The Eastern game developers have come out and said, you know what? We're going to optimize gameplay and story over just, we're going to have good graphics, but that's going to be secondary. The graphics are just the icing on the cake. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But there is an issue there when it comes. So China, I think Eastern game developers, specifically China now, they figured out the winning formula.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So what the formula they figured out is From Software, Souls game. Okay, not everyone likes Souls games though.
Mm-hmm.
They're really too hard. Okay, Souls game with story, fantasy element, but fast gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But not as challenging as a Souls
Correct.
game. But on the verge of being a Souls game. You know what I mean? Like It's not so, like Wukong.
Correct.
That was their stepping stone. That was really like, hey, we're here. And that game was Souls-like.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just, it wasn't too challenging, and it wasn't like just, you die, you lose all your souls. You kept everything.
Yeah.
They didn't make it so it was just a grunt, like just a ridiculous, way too challenging and stuff like that. And you got rewarded, but they sped up the gameplay. They made the combat fun.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave you this story up front by you figuring out what the story is when you're playing most Souls games, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to figure out the story as you play. But they also said, hey, we're not going to hold your hand though. Okay. Which what gamers want. They don't want their hands held. All right. So they figure out this winning formula that they're saying, okay, going forward, this is what our games are going to be. And this is what we're doing. And every game we've seen so far from an Eastern or Chinese developer this year has been exactly that. They haven't put a Elden Ring. Even though I love Elden Ring's open world, I think that was just masterfully done.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not doing that kind of open world. They're letting you have little exploration in some of the zones, right? But they're keeping it a little bit more linear than you would see in Elden Ring, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they're giving you amazing combat gameplay along with that. So they figured out a winning formula, and that's what all these games that are coming out here soon are exactly that kind of formula.
Yeah.
So that's what they're doing. Western devs. Now let's talk about this.
Now this is not
Westerns. We have an issue right now with major ideological, political. I understand people are melting down because you got to fucking you might not like the current president. Okay, too bad. Get over it. You're a game dev. Let's focus on a video game that you deliver to gamers that you should be listening to. I'm not talking about your trolls and stuff like that, but you should be not hating the gamers. You should embrace them and their criticism because those are the people that are playing your game. Okay.
Correct.
Now, I guess the rebuttal to that, oh, well, they're so nasty, it's so toxic. Not everyone is like that.
Not everyone's like that. Actually, 90% of them are not like that.
Exactly. They think X is like the real world or something.
Yeah, it's
like
not. Everything.
Not even close. Everything is just X, and people just doing their troll accounts and stuff like that. But there's legit criticism all around the place that they really need to start paying attention to, and they need to start paying attention to Eastern developers right now.
Yeah.
specifically China, what they're bringing, and the kind of game they love. Wukong was a worldwide success. It's ridiculous. Like, it was a worldwide success. You can say, the game wasn't for me, but at the end of the day, it was an amazing success story.
Yeah, it was.
And it won Game of the Year in so many different game awards, right?
But it didn't. The Game Awards, they didn't win it at the Game Awards. The only one that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not the only one that matters.
But Western devs are starting to have this activist, political ideologue issue that they're trying to take these fantasies. So, all right, we say this all the time. I hate regurgitating this, but for a gamer, they got back from work, or they see this shit on the news all the time. Trans this, pronouns, flags, all of our new world crap. Fine, you have it. All right, do whatever you want. But when a gamer plays a video game, they want to be immersed in a world that is totally separate from all the bullshit that is happening in ours. They want fantasy. Correct. They want to be immersed in something that is not.
The opposite could be said. And the opposite could be said if, like, what if there was a game and it came out and it was like talking about the Bible and the Second Amendment, and you have to pledge allegiance to the flag and all this. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It was very patriotic.
Exactly.
Like, it'd be the. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you wouldn't like that.
People don't care about pronouns. Stop putting them in fucking games and fantasy games. They don't care about them.
Nobody cares.
But when you do that, you're just saying, this is my beliefs. And I'm putting them in your face, and you have to abide by them.
And you have to accept them.
That's what they feel like. And you're going to kill your game doing that, because a lot of people are just sick and tired of it.
Yeah.
Give me a fantasy. Give me a fantasy world that is have politics. You're going to have politics in worlds, of course. But you don't have to have the exact same, like, Tosh from Dragon Age. Like, well, you got to do a barf because you misgender me.
That's stupid.
Like, you're just shoving that crap in people's face. They don't want that. Just give them fantasy. Let them immerse themselves in a world that they don't have to, worry about getting all these, I guess, social ideologies shoved in their face.
Correct. Like, if you want to put that in your game, make it an option.
And you can say what you want about DEI and stuff like that. All right, that's going away, thank God. Eventually they're going to get away. But like, dumb down your studios to making a video game. Get rid of all the social crap, social justice crap. All right. Hire people based off merit. And guess what? When you base off merit, when you hire people based off merit, guess what you get? You get natural diversity.
Correct. Here's the thing is, if I was a game company and I was hiring 10 coders and I interviewed 50 different people, right? And they all had to, like, give me, if I said, hey, I need you to write code this, and I'm going to judge the best code, the best 10 people win. You know what I mean? I'm going to pick the best 10 codes. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're trans. I don't care if you're whatever. I don't care about that. Can you do what I need you to do? That's diversity. That's it. You could be, you know what I mean? You could be, if they're, Asian, black, Arabic, whatever, it doesn't matter. Can you do what I need you to do? That's the only thing I'm hiring you for. I don't care. I don't care what you do. That's it. That's how diversity works itself out.
That's right. All right. But also, all right, when it comes to, like, the Eastern devs, right? All right, again, they figure out the winning formula. They're pushing it through. Now let's talk character design. Okay, Western devs, you have to figure out this character design.
Got to.
Why is it that I always see the Eastern designing? I mean, they take this model for their character and it looks exactly like the model.
Yeah.
That is based off of almost every time.
The thing about it is it didn't used to be this bad. They had the model. They had it down pat. Like, all their character designs used to be good.
Kojima was the first one to give them the Western studios this. Kojima handed it on them on a silver platter on how to do it. And it's like they still can't do it. I'm looking at Dragon Age, I'm looking at Avowed, I'm looking at all these games, and this so bad character designs, dude.
Well, I mean, think about, like, how Mortal Kombat used to look compared to what it looks like now. Like, it looks like the characters are terrible looking now.
You're trying to these Western studios are creating the characters, they're trying to make a, I guess, ideological point in their design of the character which kind of backfires because you're making stupid looking characters.
Yeah.
Like, just make them appealing. Concord, you failed. $400 million down the drain because you had no characters that appealed to anybody.
Yeah. Nobody wants to play with a fat rainbow hair.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just being honest.
So, but I mean, that's just one of the many examples that are just like, fix your character designs, man. Make your characters cool looking.
Oh,
I'm not saying you gotta have huge knockers and her things are bouncing everywhere. You don't have to do that. Just make them decent looking.
Make them feminine. Make men masculine and women feminine. Simple.
And that's another thing. They have this weird thing like, oh, well, a man can be a woman and woman can be a man. That's like what they're pushing in their character design.
Yeah.
Like to make them, they could be either or.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If
you get their pronouns wrong.
If they do not, then the Eastern devs will continue to take over, and they're going to. And I'm gonna be clapping for them. I'll be cheering them on.
Everyone's like, oh, well, you're supporting the CCP. No,
don't care. Is the game good? I don't give a damn. I'm not supporting.
Gamer cares that what party their game's coming from.
Here's the thing: is I don't know where the money's going. I just want to play a good game.
Yeah.
You got to prove to me that's where it's going. I have no clue where it's going. Zero.
Well, you're supporting their nuclear program.
I paid
the game's fun.
No, here's the thing. Here's the way I look at it. When I buy a game for my PS5, I usually use the PayPal option. So I'm giving my money to PayPal. Wherever what they do with it, it's on them. I don't know what they're doing with it.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. At the end of the day, Eastern devs are cooking. Is that the word, right? Cooking.
Yeah. How do you do, fellow kids? That's you right now.
Cooking. Yeah. Let them cook. Let them cook, Grant. But yeah, I mean, that's what they're doing. They're just giving us good stuff.
And you know what? I bet their offices are just like relaxed and having a good old time. Nice feng shui in the offices.
They probably make fun of, oh, look at those guys and what they made.
I know.
They're probably laughing at the Western.
They're probably laughing at Avowed right now.
Yeah. Oh, they probably are. After they see that character design.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Grant. That's our Disgruntled Gamer rant.
Yeah.
That is the Disgruntled Gamer rant.
And that's the state where we're in right now.
But yeah, anyway, Eastern devs, Western devs. Western devs got to straighten up.
Got to get it together.
Just start locking on, know what gamers want, go with what gamers want, and you'll make money. Your studios will stop closing. You'll stop having layoffs.
That's true.
You know? But at the same time, I think that's what they're doing. They're like, holy crap, we can function with the smaller staff. They're actually putting Lean Six Sigma protocols in place to make their work, their company more efficient.
Yeah.
So we'll see. All right. Let me remove that. All right. 1 second, Grant.
All right.
My daughter's like having a
she said she's having a party, man. That's cool. Go do that. I'm going to talk about what we're about to do next. All right, guys. We are about to we're going to be getting into the our top 10 right now, actually. And the subject is, are you ready for the subject? The subject is the top 10 worst fighting characters. Oh boy.
Top 10 worst fighting game characters.
And boy, do I got some shitty ones on here.
See that graphic, right?
That's pretty good. Who's that supposed to be at the bottom? Who's that supposed to be at the bottom?
I don't know.
He looks shitty, so it makes sense.
This is AI generated, of course.
That's cool.
All right, Grant. I started off this week.
No, right? I started off last time.
I started off, though.
Okay.
I mean, I'm going. I'm starting with them.
Go ahead. My fault.
All right, partner.
Yeah.
All right. My number 10, Grant.
Mm-hmm.
Go and pull up my image. Is Jigglypuff from Super Smash Brothers.
No, man. You don't like Jigglypuff?
I can't stand Jigglypuff. First off, it takes like 2 hits to just kill this thing or knock it off. It's the most worthless little shit ever in Super Smash Brothers. It is the most worthless. Oh, there's another one that's probably worse, but I'll get to that one later. But so this Jigglypuff has this what is it? The sleep inducing attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, by the time you start using that skill, you're already kicked off the platform.
You're already kicked off the mountain.
Jigglypuff's already become a football and been punted all the way across the screen and is gone. You're done. Lost game. Game over. Yeah, Jigglypuff. Worthless.
All right. My number 10.
I don't have
graphics.
You don't have pictures.
I don't have pictures, but you don't need pictures for me to describe this terrible.
Go ahead.
Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. There's a lot of Mortal Kombat on here because there was a time when Mortal Kombat, where they were just spitting them out, they put out some shit.
Can I guess?
Go ahead.
Mocap.
Mocap is my number 10. Mocap. Okay. For people
you
who
said
don't
Deadly
know.
Alliance, that was an automatic go.
Okay. So mocap is short for motion capture. So this character, they thought, hey, let's make a character and have him. It's going to be the motion capture character that we use in our studios. Yeah. What kind of character is that? It's fucking stupid. And don't get me wrong. I like Deadly Alliance. I thought Deadly Alliance it wasn't like a great Mortal Kombat, but it was a good Mortal Kombat. And then they fucked it up with this character. Like, think of all the characters they could have used instead of this piece of trash.
Let me pull his picture over.
Yeah, it's stupid. Oh, and don't get me wrong. There's worse more coming from the Mortal Kombat world. Oh, yes.
Mocap.
Yeah, hurry up. Get Jigglypuff off the screen.
Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
Mocap.
Look how stupid that looks. He's got light bulbs all over him because he's the motion capture character, but he's swole.
Yeah, worthless.
Like generic face, backwards hat.
I got him higher up.
Okay. Oh, no, I guess I do.
I'll wait to talk about him, though.
Okay. No, that's it. Super worthless.
All right.
I don't remember what his fatality was. What did he do? Like throw the light bulbs at you and like cut you with them?
I don't know. I'll let you know. All right. Grant, my number 9 is from Soul Calibur 1. Not those other renditions. Those renditions were okay. But Soul Calibur 1 is Lizard Man.
Mm-hmm.
Lizard Man, let me tell you, dude. First off, they were pretty much straightforward attacks, but you can like anticipate them. You know, like when you're throwing a punch and someone's rearing back, you know they're throwing a punch and you can dodge it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, you could see this in the game for his attacks. Like when he's about to attack, you knew what was going to happen, so you could just block easily. And I liked fighting this guy with other characters because I know I would always win. You would never lose this guy because he was just trash.
Yep.
And Soul Calibur 1, he was. All right, Grant, go ahead.
Number 9. We'll go back to Samurai Showdown.
Ooh.
It's Earthquake.
Oh,
I fucking hate Earthquake. Like, I never played with him. I hated him. I wish he wasn't in the game. I think there's one rendition where he's not in the game. Like I can't remember if it was the Sega Genesis version, or no, he was in the Super Nintendo version, so it might have been the Sega Genesis version. I hated Earthquake. He's just a big fat. Yeah, I mean every time that they put a fat guy,
or whatever.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is every time, and besides 𝐸_HONDA, he's like the outlier. Every time they put a fat guy in a video game, his moves are always like farting and shitting on you. Like it's always the same thing. And that's what he did. He farted on you and all this other stuff. I don't understand why. I don't understand why they did that.
Yeah. Well, I got quite a lot of fat characters in my.
I already know one you got on there.
Yeah. All right. My number 8, Grant, is Dampierre from Soul Calibur 5.
Well, you got a lot of Soul Calibur on there.
I got some Soul Calibur on here.
Soul Calibur had some shit on there. They did.
Yeah, they did. Dampierre, just a kind of funny looking character design. Anyway,
was he like a magician?
Yeah. So he was like he had these feints that you would do to do like combos with them, or fake outs. Really, what they were. But they were like if you didn't time them perfectly, you just left yourself exposed, and you would just get your ass whooped every time. And most of the stuff was really easy to anticipate. All right, hey, I'll be right back. 1 second.
All right, it's going down at the house.
Go ahead with your next.
Okay, he's obviously not going to have the photo for it, so we'll go for it. Let's see if I can find the photo of it. My number 8 is, here it is. I think that's right. That might not be it. Let's see. It's from Marvel versus Street Fighter. Versus Street. I'm trying to do that part. Yeah. Okay. So
Dude.
it's Norimaru.
Before you continue, dude.
What?
My daughter was jumping on the bed. And she fell in between the mattress and the bedpost.
And
she was just stuck here, and she arm like sticking up like this.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Kids, man.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Number 8 is Norimaru from Marvel versus Capcom. I mean, Marvel versus Street Fighter.
Oh yeah.
Stupid character. Stupid looking character. Nerd looking character. He's like a weird Japanese, what they call him, the otaku characters.
What's his name again?
Norimaru. Norimaro. He's like this weak, goofy guy. And he's like one of the worst characters in the Street Fighter and like in the Marvel versus Street Fighter characters. I hated this guy.
I hated this guy.
I hated it. Awful. Absolutely terrible.
I'll pull up a in-game image of him.
Please. Because it was absolutely like anytime somebody picked him, I hated it.
Yeah,
look how stupid that looks. Yeah. Look how dumb that is.
Okay.
And some people had that guy beating 𝐾𝐿. Look at that. What they got? Was that Dan? Who was that over there?
All right. Anyway, so Grant, my number 7 is Birdie from Street Fighter V.
Thought about putting that on there, but I got more ass on there than that.
All right, so this guy, another fatty, he had this weird thing when it comes to the hitbox.
Yeah.
Like his moves, you could not if you didn't connect with some of his moves, like a lot of his moves had a horrible hitbox. But I remember like it was just the animation of the hitbox that if you weren't like so close to a certain character, you would just miss the character and then you'd be open for attack. Like his hitbox was very weird in Street Fighter V. That's probably why did they bring him back in 6?
I don't know. Probably. Who knows?
I can't remember if they brought him back in 6 and I hope not. He was just a stupid character. But yeah, he had horrible hitbox stuff. Go ahead, Grant.
Number 7, Sunflower from Battle Arena Toshinden 3. Now, Toshinden was one of those games that came out. It was like an early PlayStation type. It was an early PlayStation fighting game, and it was like a joke character. The moveset was terrible. Her attacks were weak, and she was like, "Oh, just a waste." I mean, there's so many other characters they could have put in this game besides her. It was just a waste of a roster spot.
Was she the blonde one?
Yes.
Let's see if I can pull up a picture of her.
I think. Let me see. Let me help you out. Let me see if I can help you out real quick.
It says Sunflower, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was a blonde one.
Yeah.
Here, I'll just do this one. I'll pull up this image, buddy.
That's a good thing because I don't have many images of her. That's how terrible she was.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And like everything about her was weak. She's just a worthless character.
All right.
She's got big titties though.
What was
they got the character. I'm Gooner.
Right, Gooner. All right.
They got the character design good right though.
All right, Grant. My number 6 is Rufus from Street Fighter 4. Another fatty.
God.
I got some fatties, a lot of fatties.
Is that pubes coming up from his chest? Is that what that is? Is that his pubes? What is going on here?
All right, so this guy required precise. I'm talking about precise combo input.
Yeah.
If you didn't, you leave yourself open. There's just a common thing with all these fatty guys. Just precise combo, you mess up, you're done.
Yeah.
You're losing. And same thing. I mean, he had speed, but he was just the moves required too much precision, and I just never liked playing with him.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Grant.
I can't get over that. I can't. That's terrible looking. That's pubes coming up from his.
It's a horrible character design.
Yeah. My number 6. Is that where we're on 6, right?
Well, yes, we are.
It's from Samurai Showdown 2.
Damn.
And it's caffeine nicotine. Old man has a cane. Stupid character. Just terrible. Like he's supposed to be like the trainer of like Hoamaru and all these other. That's not who I figured the trainer would be. I figured that would be his master. This guy was terrible. I hated him.
I never played with him.
No, exactly.
Golly, what a garbage.
Look at that, man. It's fucking terrible.
All right, Grant. Number 5. My next one is Ganryu.
Yeah.
From Tekken.
He was supposed to be E Honda.
Yeah, he was. His later iterations are a lot better, but Tekken 1, the first one, he has slow recovery and he can't hit anyone from a distance.
No,
he has no distance moves.
He was better. He was better in Tekken Tag than he was in the first one.
Yeah, and like after you do one of his moves, he has that slow recovery time, and you're just.
I mean, you can literally piece him up by the time he recovers.
And you got someone does a 20-hit combo on you before you even press the next button. All right, Grant, go ahead.
Oh man, I got one that's also from Tekken. Finally, I've reached Tekken. It's a two-parter because they just changed the skin on them. It's Kuma and Panda.
Oh.
Panda is obviously the panda bear.
Which
and
Tekken?
Kuma
Was that Tekken was he in?
I don't know. Tekken you can do it from Tekken Tag for all I know. Tekken and the whole series. They're in Tekken Tag, I know that. Kuma and Panda. So they're basically the same character. One just looks like a panda, another one looks like a brown bear.
Yeah.
I thought the whole concept of that was stupid. Just like whenever you had the kangaroo with the boxing gloves. Now he'd wind up that punch, and if he hit you, it'd take off 3/4 of your life. But yeah, stupid. I hate that. God, I hate that. That's worthless. Just imagine playing. That's awful. But there's gonna be people. I can beat everybody's ass with that. Well, good for you. They're fucking still stupid.
Panda's gonna be in any fighting game anyway.
No,
they can barely survive in the wild. You think they're gonna be going in there and doing combos and stuff?
I hate it.
I got another Super Smash Brothers.
Uh-oh.
I think everyone will remember this character from Melee. Super Smash Bros. Melee. Let's pull up a famous character, Grant. It's Pichu.
No, it's not Pikachu.
It's Pichu.
Oh, okay.
It's the Walmart version of Pikachu. Okay, this character would just kill itself.
Oh man.
Many of his attacks would take health off his life. That's how this character works.
That's terrible.
And he was a tiny little shit, so he had a small hitbox. You're going to die.
Yeah.
If you use this character, you will lose the match. So, yeah, Pichu from Super Smash Bros. Melee.
All right, now we're about to get into some major suckage here.
Go ahead.
And this probably not even be the worst ones, but these are my worst ones. Okay. Number 4 is from Mortal Kombat 4. You want to guess?
No, go ahead.
It's a character they call Meat. And Meat is just a character who's like, he has no skin. No skin. That's it. That's the character design. It's like somebody ripped his skin. That's all it is. And it's not only is it the most, it's like, okay, they made this character. They were running out of time when they made this character. They like, we need another character spot. We're all out of ideas. How about we just take a leftover character from a fatality and make him into a main character? That's what they did with this character. He's terrible. He's the worst one of the worst characters I've ever seen in my life. And he's just, it's just awful.
Yeah, they don't have many pictures of him.
Yeah, well, that's awful.
That's disappear from the internet.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. All right. Oh, my number 3. Grant. There's this great series of fighting games, right? Great series of fighting games. Marvel versus Capcom.
Okay, yes. Fantastic.
So good, right?
Yeah.
Almost every single one they made was fantastic.
Great.
But there's one character in Marvel and Capcom 2.
Can I guess?
Who?
Is it the alien with the one eye?
It is Roll.
Okay.
You remember Roll?
From Mega Man.
Mega Man.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I forgot about that. That's pretty crappy.
Well, this picture really doesn't do justice. She's like a tiny little.
Yeah.
She's the smallest character, I think, in the game. But you think being a small character and being a Mega Man character, she'd have some range attacks, going
fast. Be very fast.
No. She lacks combo. She lacks range, and she lacks damage. In a fighting game, you're not going to do that well in a fighting game.
It was basically they needed another roster spot, and they were out of ideas. They've used all the good people.
You can do a 30-hit combo with this girl. You'd take off maybe a tenth of the bar.
Tenth of the bar.
Yeah. But yeah, Roll, dude. Complete worthless.
All right. My number 3 is from Mortal Kombat Deception. You want to guess?
You got some Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I do have some, because they got some shit on there.
Yeah, they do have some shit. All right. Who?
It's Cobra.
Oh,
he is the Ken knockoff. He was supposed to be Ken from Street Fighter. And he was awful. He was terrible. His moveset was garbage. I'm talking about major shit. He was just, that's basically what he is. He was supposed to be, Ken was arrogant or, whatever. Yeah. Like this guy was like supposed to be like that, but he wasn't. Just look at that. Look at that. Look how terrible that looks. It's like it's just like this. Instead of having Shotokan Ken, we're going to have Taekwondo Ken. That's what they have. Look how generic that looks.
Look
at that.
And that's like if they never brought this guy back, right?
That's like if you went and bought, if you went to Walmart and you wanted a Ken action figure and they had Ken, K-A-N, and that's who it looks like. That's the generic version.
Grant, my number 2, you already said him. Is Mocap from Deadly Alliance, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Okay, now I want to explain a little bit something.
All right.
To unlock this guy, to just unlock him.
Oh yeah, it was like fucking.
You had to beat Conquest mode with
it was extremely hard.
Every character.
Yep.
To unlock him.
And this was the gold that the shit Rainbow put out.
And then to get him, you put it on Cyrax and do the little button combo to activate him. But it then ended up just being
worthless.
It's just worthless.
Yeah. Like why would you do all that for this?
Why would you give me I don't know, Super Scorpion or something,
or like Ermac or Rain or somebody cool?
But no, they gave you this piece of trash shit character,
and they probably were laughing like
after all that. I know, they were laughing.
Yeah,
but yeah, complete garbage.
All right, my number 2 is the Mortal Kombat 3 version, and this is the last one from Mortal Kombat. It's Stryker. I fucking hate Stryker. I hate Stryker, period. I think he's the worst character ever created. I hate him. He was stupid. Like, here's the thing is, like, you would think in a game like Mortal Kombat, if somebody pulls out a gun and shoots you, like, it would take off more damage than, like, what it did. Like, this man had he had like a 9mm that shot, like, it had like a switch in it. So it was all like, brr, 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 you know what I mean? Like RoboCop. It's not like RoboCop's gun the way he fired it at you. And it only took off very little life.
I'm trying to get a good picture of him.
Well, there's probably not any good ones. He was like the I'm from the streets cop, backwards hat. You know what I mean? So his moves consisted of a taser, a gun, and a nightstick. Oh boy. What a worthless. Like what kind of character? Like, okay, hey, I got an idea. Let's put a police officer in this game.
Oh, here it is. I just got.
Why didn't they dress him up like Why they should just put?
They picked some dude with a dad bod.
Yeah, like why don't you just put Carl Winslow in there? That'd have been just the same thing.
Yeah, I remember this guy.
Yeah,
Striker.
I hate Striker. I hate him.
All right, Grant. Number 1. Grant. There's a game that came out in 2004 on PlayStation 2.
Okay,
Based
I thought you were
off
gonna take mine.
Famous, great movie actually. I really like this movie. The game is called Fight Club.
Okay.
Well, Grant, there's an unlockable character in that game, and that character was Fred Durst.
Oh, wow.
From Linkin Park.
Yeah. There's not Linkin Parks. It's, come on now.
No.
No. Oh, you don't know who it is. Oh, I'm going to do you like Persona 5. Oh, you don't know who it is? Oh, you don't know who it is? Oh, what a loser. What an idiot. It's from fucking Limp Bizkit, dude.
Limp Bizkit. Yeah. I don't know why I said it. This is
fucking Linkin Park.
L.
Oh, no. You don't know anything about it. What is that? It don't matter. Nope. I don't care. Don't care.
You couldn't get Persona 5. You didn't even know the music for Persona 5.
Here's the thing is, you grew up listening to this music. Is what it's like. The thing is. Oh, I don't want to hear nothing.
Anyway, Fred Durst, dude. Like this guy. All right, so you got him like in the game, and you were like, "Oh hell yeah, Fred Durst!" And you could like fight with him. No, he was trash in the game.
He was fucking terrible.
First off, the character. Let me just pull up this picture first, so you can see what I'm talking about.
Fucking Link, I'm not letting you out.
Doesn't even look like him.
What is wrong with his face? That's a black guy's face. That's not even a.
Doesn't even look like him.
The face doesn't even match the rest of the body. It's a different color. It's like he's got jaundice. Look at
the character was just weak as hell. Too.
Look at that, dude. He's got fucking alcoholism face. It's like his kidneys are failing. What is that?
That was my number 1.
Okay, I got your number 1 beat. I got your number 1 beat.
Go ahead.
Ed, we've talked about this game before.
Yep.
My number 1 is Shaq.
Oh.
From Shaq Fu. Not only is it one of the worst fighting games ever, Shaq was a terrible character in his own game. How do you have a character? How are you the main character of your own game and you're terrible? Like, you want to play with everybody else but you. Like, nobody wanted to play with Shaq. He was awful. His combos were terrible. His moveset was awful. Never in my life have I seen a game where you're the cover character, you're the main character, and you're the worst character. How's that possible?
I remember renting this at Blockbuster.
No, God, you wasted money.
I was a huge Shaq fan.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, Shaq Fu? Oh, hell yeah. So I rented this at Blockbuster, got home, played.
You wanted to drink bleach about 5 minutes in.
I played this game for 10 minutes, and I put it back in the Blockbuster case and put it back on the counter for my mom to take back to Blockbuster when she.
Oh, that's terrible.
For the next day.
Yeah.
This game was horrible.
It was abysmal.
This is actually one of the worst games ever made.
Yeah. And the thing about it is he's the main character. How are you the main character and you're the worst character? Who made this game? Did he make this game? Did he create this? Look, by Delphine. See if they're even in business. See if they're in business. Check and see if they're in business. Delphine Software. That sounds like something that's not even in business anymore. I see EA on the side. I don't care about that. We want to know if Delphine Software is in business anymore.
Grant.
When did they shut down? When was their last game? Was this?
Well, let me explain.
Okay.
All right. In February 2023, Delphine Software was sold to a French game development company called Doki Doki. Doki Doki closed down in July 2024, July 2004, one year later, for bankruptcy and liquidation.
Oh.
So the game was so bad and the company was so bad, another company bought them and immediately went bankrupt.
It bankrupted them.
You can't write that.
Oh my God. That is terrible.
But no, look who's on that label right there. Electronic Arts.
I see EA on there.
Yeah, EA sneaking in there.
But you know what's funny?
I bet EA tried to get that removed from the game.
No, what's funny is it's in small font.
Yeah,
this font's real small.
Yeah.
They're trying to hide it on there.
One of their old logos too.
And look, it ain't even got the Nintendo stamp of approval. Man, I bet they wish I could take that back.
That was a horrible game.
They probably wish somebody just bootlegged this game and then they didn't have to be a part of it.
All right. Grant, that was our top 10. The top 10 worst fighting game characters.
Oh, man.
All right. Grant, I think it's time for that Game Gambit.
Let's do it.
The Game Gambit. All right. Game Gambit is where we choose AI, or we ask AI to give us a randomly generated game from any era or any console. And we either know it, we don't, or we learn about it, and everyone else can learn about it with us if they don't know it.
It's true.
All right. So let me go to AI and ask for random. That was a good top 10 list. I like that.
That was a good top 10 list.
All right. Let's ask for a game from AI.
If you have a top 10 list and you're listening, leave it on our YouTube video. Let us know. Or comment to us. Send us a comment. Get it to us any way you can. We would like to do your top 10 list. If we can do it. If it doesn't get us kicked off.
We have done top 10 boobs in video game and top 10 butts in video game because they were recommended, and we have videos for them if you want to check them out. They're in our top 10 list playlist on YouTube.
That's right.
All right, let's see. Let's see what old AI gives us. Have I played this? No, I haven't played this.
Do you know this game?
I do not. Well, I think I do.
Well, I don't know.
Name rings a bell. Let me pull it up first, Grant.
Oh, God, you're cheating.
Let me pull it up first, Grant.
Here comes the cheater.
Oh, it had a sequel.
The only thing that matters to everybody listening is what did IGN give it?
Oh,
that's what we want to know.
Out. Well, I think this was before IGN's time.
Okay.
Before their time, Grant. All right. The Game Gambit game for today is Jet Set Willy.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is. What is this cover? What am I looking at? Like, I have no idea. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Is he vomiting in the toilet? It looks like shit. Somebody smeared shit on it. That's what it looks like. What am I looking at?
He's obviously drunk, and he, has one of those old toilets that has the chain. You remember?
Yeah. Okay.
And I guess he's puking.
Who's that guy? What's that guy in the back doing?
All right. You want me to explain the game to you?
Please, because it looks like, is this
Let's
like
give a little background for this game? All right. So this is a classic game. I guess it's a classic.
Okay.
Released in 1984 for the ZX Spectrum.
No.
But it was also ported to several other home computers of that era, like the Commodore 64. Remember that?
Nah,
the Amstrad CPC. In the game, you play as Willie, who must tidy up his mansion after a wild party by collecting various items scattered throughout the house's 60-plus rooms.
Oh, wow.
While avoiding numerous hazards and creatures. It's quite quirky and challenging piece of gaming history.
So is that Willie in the background? Or is that Willie throwing up?
I think that's Willie throwing up after a long time of partying.
Okay.
So you want to see if there's gameplay for this.
Look at his shoes, man. What kind of boots are those? Yes, I do want to see some gameplay. I want to see how somebody can clean up their house in 60. Those dudes got money, though. 60 rooms? That's like Buckingham. That's like Buckingham Palace.
He lives in a mansion, Grant.
That's not a mansion. That's a castle.
All right. You ready for the gameplay?
Yeah. Oh, God. It's uglier than I thought.
Well, let's hit some music. Oh, God. It doesn't even have music.
Why does it look like... It doesn't look like a cat. It doesn't look like a house. It looks like a dungeon. What am I looking at, though? I don't understand, like, what it is. Okay, so what is that? What is... Oh, God.
For anyone's listening, the game looks like an Atari game.
Actually, it probably looks a little worse.
You're jumping in a mansion that has platforms.
No, it's not a mansion. It's supposed to be.
It doesn't look like a mansion. It
looks nothing like anything. I don't know what this is. Like, well, I think they made the game first and then made the story secondary. All right, so now you're in a room full of ice cream.
Is that someone's foot coming down?
Cupcakes and feet.
Is that a foot coming down?
That's a foot, and so and some cupcakes.
Cupcake creatures?
Cupcake people.
What is Willie right now? Does he have like
he turned into a rat or a squirrel. Look, he can fly. What is that?
A flying rat squirrel?
And that's a PC processor coming at you.
There's a demon with a pitchfork. Yeah, a chip unit coming at you.
Yeah, you got to watch out for the
duck. I don't know what that is. Is that ice cream cone coming at you?
I don't know. Oh, look at that.
Oh, those are those. What are those?
Those are like
tongs.
Those are like the things from I don't know what that game is.
You got a spiral.
There's a bomb.
He's picking up bombs and a moon-looking face, red moon, or meatball. That's probably a meatball.
That's like a face where his nose itches. Look,
look at that.
You saw how fast he repelled?
He repelled down really fast, didn't he?
You saw that?
All right. This is called Jet Set Willie, 1984.
And this game looks awful.
This was considered a classic.
I would rather roll around naked in Chernobyl in 1984 than play this game, actually.
Oh, that's a Saul. Saw that Saul? What is that, a bird in the house? Man, he has a messed up mansion.
Dude. I don't know if I can live in a mansion that has ice cream
monkeys
cones
on the side. What is that?
I don't know if I can live in a mansion with ice cream cones coming at me.
Snowflakes in his mansion?
I have no idea. Jacks.
That is a penguin. Yeah, it's supposed to be ice there, I guess. Potato?
So he's got the South America in his mansion.
Okay.
The South Pole. Yeah, this is ugly. It makes me want to. Actually, it depresses me.
That
I'm
was
depressed.
Jet Set Willie.
How about
for
you?
The Game
Jet Set
Gambit.
Never show that again.
The Game Gambit. Jet Set Willie.
Ugh.
1984. Wow. That's a little gaming history for you.
Let's leave it there.
Let's leave it back in 1984.
Well, Ed, we have come to the end of our podcast.
We have.
It's time to say goodbye. Can we sing? Can we keep singing?
No.
Okay.
No, we have too many listeners right now.
Okay.
I don't want to lose them.
I don't want to bring them in. They're probably like, "Oh my God, is that 𝐸𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐵𝐿?"
If you guys are listening, we have a YouTube. We have a TikTok.
We do have YouTube.
We have Facebook now.
We do.
I don't know if the Prepared Artist is listening, but he's our first Facebook follower.
Oh, look at him. Yeah.
Yeah. But
how about y'all follow his lead and follow us on Facebook?
We just made the Facebook.
Yeah, anyway. We just made it.
But we're on Instagram, TikTok, X, just YouTube, Rumble, Twitch. Just search DMG Gaming Podcast.
That's all you got to do.
And please subscribe, like the video, guys. You can check our YouTube out. We have all of our top 10 in separate playlists. The Game Gambits, like the one we just did, where we just do random games. We have our Disgruntled Gamer rants, then our subjects broken down too, and then of course another playlist for all the live videos. But since this is a podcast, you can find us mainly on Apple, Spotify, or any podcasting platform that you guys again search DMG Gaming Podcast. Please leave us a 5-star review if you can. If you do end up downloading and subscribing to a channel there.
Also, you can find us on MySpace, LimeWire, and Napster.
You cannot.
No,
you cannot. No.
Oh.
We do not have a MySpace, Grant. Unless you made one. Did you make one?
I wish we did. MySpace was so simple. That was such a simpler time.
Yeah. Back when everything didn't want your data.
Yeah.
Every bit of your data.
And then my boy Tom. I wonder how old Tom's doing. My friend Tom.
I'm sure he's living a good life.
Probably so. I think he got like $300 million for it.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, please, guys, follow us on X. Follow us on all of our socials, YouTube. And like, subscribe, all that stuff.
Yep. Also, if you have a top 10 you want us to do, leave it, comment it somewhere. Anywhere. Just comment anywhere.
We look at everything.
Mail it to us. Put it in the mail, buy a stamp, send it to us. We'll read it. It'll be our first piece of fan mail. Hey, Well, that's right.
Getting some fan mail.
That's right. Have to keep sending it. Sorry, it's too much mail.
Whatever you do, don't send it to Grant USPS because his neighbors will steal his mail. Don't send it that.
Don't put money in it. Don't put any money in it because they will. If you put money or crack cocaine in it, they'll probably.
As you see, the little DMG poster board behind Grant, I mailed that and it came USPS and it was just.
This is what it looks.
It looked like they bent it, kicked it.
They did.
And it also took them like 2 months to get it there.
They did. I think they had a dance party on top of it.
I think they did. They played some Dance Dance Revolution on it.
Or they're probably fucking on top of it in the warehouse.
Damn. All right.
So, all right, guys, we will see y'all Tuesday. Y'all have a good weekend. Peace.